The next part of the song, it's even bigger part really, is the D, because it's in the key of D, or it pretends to be in the key of D when we put the capo on, but we still think of it as the key of D. Because when we put the capo on, we're actually playing it in the key of A. Because when you put the capo on, the D chord becomes an A chord. But we're still doing a D shape, and we think of it as a D as we're playing it. I'm going to keep the capo off first for a little bit, and we're going to work on the D chord. So our D chord, I'm going to use my first three fingers. My first finger is on the second fret of the G. My third finger is in front of it on the third fret of the B. And my middle finger, second finger, is on the second fret of the high E. And when we strum this, we only strum the four strings from the fourth string to the high string, to the one string. The X means don't strike, and the O means the string is open, and you can play it. So we're going to do something similar that we did with the A chord. We're going to suspend the third note of the D scale in this case. And when we look at the D chord, our third note of the D scale happens to be where our middle finger is on the high pitch E string. So on the high pitch E string is going to be where all the action is. We're going to lift our middle finger to get a Dsus2, and we're going to put it back on to get back to our D. And then another point in time, we're going to put our pinky down in front of our middle finger to get a Dsus4. Also in the same fashion, we're going to strum down and then take our middle finger off to get the Dsus2 and put it back on the strum down. Now, we don't always do that particular strum fashion, just saying in the song, that's what we'll be doing. And it's a fairly common thing to do. So it's a good thing to be able to do. So and it's usually done in this particular way. Also, we have the Sus4. So we take the Dsus4, we take our pinky and we put it down in front of our middle finger on the third fret of the high E. And there's our Dsus4. We keep the D in place because we're going to be taking our finger off fairly quickly, fairly soon, usually. And so we have the D in place so that we don't lose that speed of being able to play there. So the Dsus4, very similarly, in this particular case, we'll suspend it before we strum down. Take it off on the strum up.
So we're taking off. So we take off the 4. I'm sorry.
On the 4, we're going to add the 4 on the strum down. Take it off on the strum up. Put it back down. So you can practice, even without this song, you can practice the suspended chords by just strumming and maybe just randomly taking your fingers off and putting them back on. Okay. You can do the same thing with the A7. And also, you'll probably recognize when you hear songs that that's what they're doing. As you play it more for yourself, you'll recognize it when you hear it in songs, and you'll say, "Oh, they're doing the suspended chords." Another, while we're talking about suspended chords, a little bit of a bonus here. We could play an E chord, and on the G string, we put our pinky down,